We got week 13. We're going up against the Savannah Sharpedos and Kekleon. Kekleon, great guy. Love him. We did practice battles together the week that he went up against his friend Ryan, and so we're going up against each other this week, and it's gonna be a good one. We've got a fun team, and he's got a really scary team, so it should be a good battle. Really excited for it. This week we're leaving behind Whimsicott. It was really good offensively against his team, but I just didn't like how it fit on the team, and so we decided to not bring it this week. We've got some fun stuff like a Scarf Heracross with spikes. We've got set up Ninetales. We've got set up Leafeon. And we've got some Trunk Room shenanigans for Dragalge. If he doesn't bring Musharna, we can get rid of it somehow pretty early. The things that I'm worried about on his team, the Mimikyu, if it sets up, it can start tearing holes through my team. And the Musharna is a really big problem for my team, especially because he's probably going to run it especially bulky because Ryan had one against me when we battled, and he brought one that was more physically defensive, and I was doing a lot of damage with my Bronzong against it. And we're kind of going with the same strategy to try and get rid of the Musharna this week, because if I can get Trick Room up and not have to worry about the Musharna, then we've got a pretty good shot to do a good chunk of damage with our Dragalge. Wishing the best to him. It's going to be a close match. This one could go to timer. There's going to be probably a lot of switching around, trying to get positioning, because we both have pretty good checks to each of our opponent's Pokemon, and we need to pivot around a whole lot. Hitmontop's also really scary if he decides to run something like Technician, and he leaves behind... What did he leave behind? The Scrafty. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. It doesn't really do a whole lot this week for him. So my plan is lead Heracross and try and set up spikes immediately, because I don't think he's going to be ringing Rapid Spin on the Hitmontop. We have the Cassid Berry to try and take things like Shadow Ball from Musharna, Shadow Claw from Mimikyu, Shadow Sneak, because that's probably, I feel like that's going to be more like, and Shadow Ball from Roserade as well, if it has it. We also have Steel Beam on our Bronzong, because if I do get the chance to set up Trick Room, it's a good way to get rid of the Bronzong while also doing damage and making it a little bit more difficult for him. Sharpedo can be scary if my Gastrodon goes down. Politoed can try and trap stuff in, which is why I have stuff like Flip Turn on my Dragalge, and I have a Storm Drain Pokemon, so it can't be Whirlpooled. I'm expecting the Politoed to be super specially defensive, because it's probably going to be a switch into Ninetales, but if it gets caught with Freeze Dry, it can be in trouble. The big threat is a late game Mimikyu. I think that thing can really sweep me, and I really don't want to have to deal with that. He got his team in just in the last second. I'm expecting a Roserade lead, but I also think he's probably going to Scarf Roserade, because he really likes to use that, and I think it's a pretty safe lead against most of my team. Oh, we got his Stadium. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, so it is the Politoed. All right, that's fine. I think I'm going to just set up a layer of spikes. Actually, he could just try and Whirlpool immediately, and I don't want to lose my Heracross like that. So I am going to go into the Gastrodon just to scout out what he's going to do. I think that's fine. Because Heracross can deal a lot of damage in this battle. With the Scarf, it can start knocking stuff out pretty easily. And I'd rather not just lose it to Perish Trap immediately. I could go for something like a Close Combat, but that allows Mimikyu to come in for free if I am not able to KO the Politoed quickly. Oh, so he switches up too. What's his answer to my Heracross? It's going to be the Hitmontop. That's pretty nice. That makes sense. That means that thing probably has Aerial Ace. I'm just going to fire off a Yawn so that he can't start setting up with anything. I can see what a switch in is and probably go for... Okay, so he has Fake Out. That's fine. We have leftovers. Crit. That means I can't really tell if it's Technician. I'm not sure how much it was supposed to do, but with the crit, it might actually be Technician. I'm just going to yawn here, though. I don't really have a problem with Fake Out because it does mean that I can pretty much switch around it whenever it comes in. Much easier. So he just came in, faked out, and switched out. Musharna is getting yawned here. That's not bad. This thing, I'm assuming, has Energy Ball then. So I'm just going to go into my Bronzong. And like I said, there's probably going to be a whole lot of switching around here. If I had gotten Spikes up, that would have been nice. I wish I had gone for it now, but I didn't want to risk the Whirlpool that quickly. And I can go for Stealth Rocks here. He's taking his time. That's not great for us because this is probably going to be a slugfest anyways. So I'm going to try and pick my moves quickly from the start. Light Screen? Okay. I like that. I have mostly physical Pokemon, but it does really help against my Pucalgy. And now he's asleep, so I get free rocks up here. So this thing could still be something like Baton Pass, but the fact that it has screens is oh, it's asleep and it's Dynamaxing. That has to be a misclick because he's not waking up for the next turn at least. I'm really confused by this one, but it's great for us. But this has to be a misclick. I don't know why he would Dynamax unless he has. Well, he can't even sleep talk if he's Dynamaxed. I mean, this is great for us because Bronzong should be able to go for something like Shadow Ball. I think a weakness policy could be pretty scary because the screens are up and everything, but it could be a whole lot worse here. I think I'm just going to Shadow Ball because if it is able to KO my Bronzong at some point, I can just bring in my Leafeon or something else and I'll speed it. Okay, yeah, it's weakness policy. I expected that. But if it doesn't wake up this turn, it's in trouble. Because, yeah, it's only getting one turn off max, and I have the Cassidic, so I can even take the hit from it. That's doing a little bit of damage. So I should live this. It doesn't look like it's super offensive. I know the screens are still up, but... Ooh, now that I think about it, Knockoff won't do as much damage on my Leafeon because of the weakness policy being activated. But if it wants to go for the sweep, it'll have to Trick Room here. In which case, I want to go for this. I can't go for the Trick Room myself because if it sets it up, then I'm in trouble. This is where I wish I brought my room service. And it has Shadow Ball and Light Screen, so I don't know if it'd be running Trick Room. And yeah, we're still not doing any damage. Baton Pass? Okay. Let's see what he goes into. Mimikyu could be scary. But I still have my Dynamax left. He's taking a lot of time off the clock. Yeah, it is the Mimikyu. Alright, we're just going to go for a Shadow Ball here. We don't have much else that we can do. Because I'd rather this thing doesn't get the chance to Swords Dance. But our Ninetales outspeeds this, our Heracross outspeeds this, and it can't Dynamax. So at least we have that. Because Shadow Sneak isn't going to KO those Pokemon at +2. I think I'm gonna go Ninetales here because it could also scare up the Mimikyu. And here, I'm just gonna go for the Moonblast. I don't think Aurora Veil is worth it if I let this thing just sit around and not do anything. And I'm assuming he's going for Play Rough here. And I was worried that a Play Rough plus a Shadow Sneak would still KO even after screens, so I decided to let it KO my Ninetales. Oh, red card? Okay. That could have been worse. But, oh, Phantom Force is interesting. Because if it can't KO my Dragalge, then it goes down to a Sludge Wave. And I don't have a ton of defense, but I'm max HP. So I am willing to just fire off a Sludge Wave. And yeah, we live that. This should KO. We're Poison Barb, Adaptability, and Mimikyu's not very defensive. Okay, so that's one huge threat out of the way. We still have our Dynamax. I'm trying to think who the better Dynamax candidate is right now. Because it could be either Leafeon or Ninetales, really, at this point. With the Polytite around, I think Leafeon's probably the better option, but we do need to find a chance to set up screens. So I'm just going to try get an attack off. I'm letting this thing go down, which is totally fine. Because if this thing dies, then I get a free switch into set up Aurora Veil because the Polytoad will still be in. Oh, he subs? Okay, that's wasting time, which is annoying because I'm down in Pokemon and everything. But he's losing health by doing this. And the hail's gone, so my Dragalge isn't even getting chipped. I'm clicking moves as fast as I can. Oh, it's physical. Okay. Now, something that it could be would be Salad Berry Belly Drum with Substitute. That wouldn't shock me. But I'd rather not give it the chance. So yeah, we're going to get our screens up. And then hopefully get a chance to set up with Leafeon. Or this thing. This thing also has Nasty Plot. So I'm going to set up the screens. And then probably go for a Nasty Plot at this point. So he's up 5-4 right now, but we're in a solid position. I need to be careful about the clock, though. So he's kind of pinned here. He doesn't have any super safe options. Because 2 freeze dries will also KO this Pokemon. A substitute would be annoying, because it'd mean I'd probably just need to start freeze drying instead of setting up. But I don't think you'd ever go for that, because I don't think you'd have enough health after. So let's see. He belly drums. I'm assuming he has Aqua Jet, but that shouldn't ever KO me through. And even with Hail Up, he's not living very long anyways. Salad Berry? Okay, yeah. With Aurora Veil Up, we should still be fine. I don't think we're going down to 1 of anything. And if we do, Leafeon can come in and attack it anyways. Living on barely again. Fantastic. And Ninetales gets a KO. And it could easily go down next turn, which just lets Leafeon set up a Sword Dance. I'm expecting the Fake Out to come in, and that'd be perfect for us because then we won't be able to get intimidated immediately. Although it could have Triple Axle, which would be fun to deal with. Yeah, this thing's just going to go for a Fake Out. We're just going to Moonblast. Also, if we can chip the Musharna somehow, then Choice Bandit or Choice Scarf close combat's pretty dangerous for this team as well. The Rose Rate is still around, which is obnoxious because we need to start going for Airstreams at that point. But I think that's okay. So I think this is Technician, and it's going to have triple axle if that's the case, but I think this is my best chance to set up with this thing. Because we have the Aurora Veil up, and this thing's defense is already pretty good. So this isn't an ideal position by any stretch. Okay, he does switch out. That's great. Oh, that's perfect. I don't know if I want to get greedy. I think I'm going to go for the Airstream because 2 Airstreams will let me outspeed the Scarf. Roserade. And I don't think I need more than +1 on the Hitmontop or anything anyways. Because I'll lose 1 when I get intimidated. Oh wait, it wasn't intimidated, so it is Technician, yeah. So I'm at +2 for the rest of the battle. So if I can get my speed up, we should be golden. Because Mimikyu can't help with that. I mean, we can get fake out it a bit, but like, that's not really the issue. And that just picks up the KO. Which, I don't know if I wanted that to pick up the KO, because 2 Airstreams would have been much more appreciated. But I can't really complain. Because the Veil's still up for 3 more turns. Now a Sash on the Rosary would also be annoying, but either one is still pretty manageable. I'm still questioning his Musharna Dynamax. He only got 1 turn out of it. And like it worked out for him because he got to Baton Pass and everything. But I think that was really risky because he could have slept for 3 turns and not gotten a single turn out of it. So this is the first time we see this thing. I'm just going to go for an Airstream. And if it is Sash, that'd be perfect because we have the rocks up. And this thing, if it is Scarfed, shouldn't be able to KO us because it won't have the attack, and it's not. Or if it was, we outsped it. So yeah, we got +2 speed, +2 attack, and I'm not sure what can take a hit from this at this point. We should even outspeed Sharpedo. I think the Sharpedo will be sashed, which would be obnoxious, but we still have like the Heracross to take a hit in the Gastrodon. So I think he's saving the Hitmontop to get Fake Out when I'm not big, and maybe something like a Bullet Punch as well. I think the Sharpedo might try and come in and protect, but I think, or not even protect if it's Sash, but we'll still outspeed that as well. So yeah, he's going to try and hang on. And I think the play here is to Airstream because I don't expect it to live anyways. And at +3, it won't be able to avoid getting outsped by protecting next turn. Actually, I think Overgrowth's the play. And that's another KO for Leafeon. So he's down to the Hitmontop, and I think he has something else left. Is the Politoed still alive? I think the Politoed's still alive. But Politoed doesn't have anything to hit me with, and we'll outspeed it, of course, and this thing will be able to Fake Out once or twice, but I don't think a Fake Out plus a Bullet Punch can KO my Leafeon because it's got really good defense. Here, we're just going to go for the Leaf Blade because it shouldn't really matter. We have the terrain up, so I think it's stronger than Aerial Ace at this point. And yeah, that does nothing. Well, my Aurora Bill's down. Oh, this is his last Pokemon. Okay. Then, yeah, we should be okay. Because it's not going to be able to live a Leaf Blade plus a close combat from our Heracross anyways. Yep. All right. Good game to Kecleon. That was a really scary matchup. I'm glad we were able to pull it off. And I think that if he hadn't Dynamaxed the Musharna there, this could have been a completely different game. But really well played to him anyways. It was a really fun battle. And I hope to see him in playoffs. I think he still has a shot. And we still are keeping our dream alive. We're banking on uh, Red Sparks stumbling somewhere, but I think we can still aim for that wild card spot. So thanks for watching, y'all, and I'll see you week 14.